Toxic people drain energy, distort reality, and quietly erode your peace of mind. They're not always loud or obvious Sometimes they smile while they sabotage. In a world where emotional intelligence is your armor, knowing how to handle these individuals isn't just helpful, it's essential. Whether it's a manipulative colleague, a constantly critical friend, or even a family member who thrives on drama, the question is the same. How do you protect your energy without losing your humanity? The first strategy? Set boundaries. But not just any boundaries, ones you are prepared to enforce. Toxic people test limits. If you say, "I don't want to talk about this," and then engage anyway, you've taught them your words are negotiable. Healthy boundaries aren't walls. They're filters. You don't shut people out. You let in what aligns with your values and block what disturbs your peace. The key is consistency. If they cross the line, withdraw. No drama, no explanation, just action. Toxicity thrives on reaction. Drama, defensiveness, anger, it's all emotional fuel for them. The smart move? Disengage emotionally. Stay calm. Respond with neutrality, not intensity. When they provoke, pause. When they guilt trip, don't defend. When they twist your words, don't untangle them. Just step back. Emotional detachment isn't cold, it's clarity. You're not ignoring them, you're refusing to be controlled. These first two strategies build the foundation. But what if the toxic person is someone you can't avoid? In part 2, we'll explore the next two strategies. How to maintain your mental balance and protect your identity when the toxic energy is constant. Don't miss it. Your peace is worth protecting. This part focuses on the next two strategies, keeping a sophisticated tone, a calm yet firm voiceover style, and an emotionally intelligent approach. The pacing allows for engaging visuals and impactful delivery. In part 1, we explored the power of boundaries and the strength in not reacting. But what happens when toxic people are woven into the fabric of your daily life? When walking away isn't an option, the strategy must go deeper. Let's uncover the next two smart strategies to guard your mental well-being, even when you can't escape the negativity. Toxic people feed on reaction. The more emotional you are, the more power they gain. That's where the gray rock method comes in. Imagine becoming as uninteresting as a rock. No drama, no details, no spark, just dull, neutral responses. How was your weekend? Ow, ow. It was fine. Did you hear what she said about you? Ow, ow. No, I did now TMT. The goal isn't rudeness. TM's emotional disengagement. When TM's nothing to manipulate, the game becomes boring. And toxic people, they hate boring. Toxic people often operate by eroding your sense of self through subtle jabs, gaslighting, or constant criticism. Don't let their version of you become your reality. Build an inner fortress of self-awareness. Keep reminders of your values, your strengths, your wins. Journal if you must. Talk to people who see the real you. Because when your identity is rooted internally, no external storm can shake it. You've learned how to guard your reactions and protect your identity. But what happens when you do need to speak up? We'll cover how to confront toxic behavior with clarity, without causing unnecessary conflict. We explored silent strength, becoming unshakably dull with the gray rock method, and protecting your self-image from subtle attacks. But silence alone is not, always enough. Sometimes you need to speak, not to argue, but to draw a line. Toxic people often twist words, distort intentions, and bait you into emotional traps. So when you do respond, make it calm, clear, and concise. Avoid emotional language. Stick to facts. For example, instead of, "You're always negative," say, "I'd prefer not to engage in conversations that focus only on blame." Stay in control of your tone. Don't match their chaos. Lead with clarity. The less reactive you are, the more power you hold. Itautimi is not about winning an argument. It's about protecting your inner climate, no matter the external weather. When you confront toxic behavior, don't try to convince them. Speak your truth, not to change them, but to free yourself. If the toxic person is part of your workplace, family, or legal life, keep records. Document important interactions, especially when manipulation or gaslighting is involved. Write things down, save texts, send follow-up emails after conversations to confirm agreements or boundaries. Ito TM's not paranoia, Ito TM's protection. Documentation brings clarity when your memory is being questioned. So far, you've learned how to detach, defend, and speak up. But what if the toxicity is affecting your mental health? We'll explore how to preserve your emotional energy and rebuild your peace from within. This episode is more introspective. It helps the viewer focus on internal resilience, emotional self-preservation when facing persistent toxicity. The tone stays intelligent, grounded, and empowering. We discussed how to speak up with calm clarity and when to document the damage others try to deny. But even with all the right strategies, the constant weight of toxicity can leave you mentally and emotionally exhausted. We shift focus from controlling the external to nurturing the internal. Toxic people want you trapped in reaction, constantly explaining, defending, fixing, or doubting yourself. But here, TM is the truth. You can't control how they act. You can only control what you absorb, and what you allow to stay within you. Start asking, does this thought need to live in my mind? Does this argument deserve my peace? Is this person paying rent for the space they occupy in my head? Choose where your energy goes, Asurwo, and who it serves. That's emotional wealth. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care about yourself enough to not be consumed by someone else's chaos. You're not being cold. You're being conscious. Self-care isn't always a bubble bath. Sometimes it's turning off notifications, saying no, ending a conversation, leaving a room. Your nervous system doesn't care about how it looks, only how it feels. Choose peace, not performance. By now, you've built boundaries, defended your energy, and reclaimed your inner space. In the final episode, we TML reveal the last and most powerful strategy, knowing when and how to walk away for good. This part focuses on the ultimate strategy, knowing when to walk away, how to do it wisely, and why it's an act of strength, not weakness. The script is calm, resolute, emotionally intelligent, and designed to leave a lasting impression. Over the past 4 parts, we've learned to set boundaries, protect our peace, and reclaim our emotional power. But sometimes, even the smartest strategies are not TMT enough hours because some people don't TM to change, and your peace shouldn't be held hostage by their behavior. That brings us to the final and most powerful strategy of all. Walking away isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It means you've stopped trying to fix what was never yours to fix. Toxic people will make you feel guilty for setting boundaries, because guilt is their last weapon when control starts slipping. But you don't need their permission to choose peace. You don't need to justify your decision to protect your energy. Leaving Ayorwo, mentally, emotionally, or physically Ayorwo, is an act of self-respect. And the world doesn't give you closure. You give it to yourself. Walking away doesn't always mean cutting someone off completely. Sometimes it means withdrawing emotionally, detaching from their drama even if they're still around physically. Other times it's a full exit, changing jobs, leaving a relationship, going no contact. Both are valid. Both are powerful. What matters most? That the choice is yours, not made from fear, not from pressure, but from clarity. You can't control who's toxic, but you can control who gets access to your time, your mind, and your heart. And if peace costs you a relationship, a job, or someone else's approval, it was never peace to begin with. You deserve to live unburdened, undisturbed, and unapologetically free. If this series helped you reclaim your energy, give it a like and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more grounded content on emotional clarity, mental strength, and inner peace. And in the comments, Awaro, tell us, what was the most important shift you made when dealing with toxic people? If you'd like a follow-up series on healing from toxic relationships, let us know. The journey doesn't end with walking away. Sometimes that's where it finally begins. Let me know if you'd like. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.